good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing?
Hey, how y'all?
Oh,
Good, good.
good,
How
good,
y'all
good,
doing?
good. Welcome to 954 Miles of Conversation, where we explore conversations 1 mile at a time. No, we're boundless as well, too. Let me ask this. This is one of our eighth night episode, and this is the first time we've ever done one in the morning. Our first one.
That deserves an applause.
Yeah, our first one in the morning. It's a treat to do it in the morning time because you got to get really ready. You
Oh
forget
yeah.
things. uh, and we're going to be discussing to this morning the first annual All Black Honor Gala that's going to be
Hmm.
held in Hampton, Arkansas. This is going to be in reference to the homecoming event that's coming in September. Is that correct? Yeah,
That's correct.
that you are volunteering to do a fundraiser for that event. I'm from Hampton, so I appreciate your efforts
Yes, sir.
to get this done and hopefully be successful. I also have my co-host Christie McDonald here with us, who is in Omaha, Nebraska. So this morning we got a couple questions to ask and to get the word out. This is one of our community projects here. So we're doing this as a help to promote your event for the homecoming and get everybody to participate in it because your success is our success and our success is your
Yes, sir.
success. And
Yes,
so,
sir.
so we got to reach out and help one another. So that's why we're doing this. And so on 954 Miles of Conversation, that's what we do. Exploring boundless conversations 1 mile at a time. And so we're doing that. And you can see the mileage. A lot of people don't understand the mileage from when moved to Texas to from Omaha is 954 miles.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
that's
I
how,
knew that.
yeah.
Took too many
So,
trips up there.
yeah, too many trips up there. So that's where that concept come from. So, Christy, if you want to go ahead on and take over and ask the first question. Yeah.
All right. So, thinking about donations, what types of donations or items are you looking for?
Uh, for the most part, we are taking any donations that we can get because anything helps. Uh, the items and stuff like that, we're not really looking for too many items, but I guess you could say just putting money back into the community, coming together, making sure that we can get this thing going. So this is something that we're doing. This is our first time bringing a gala to Hampton. I know they never had something like that, but I'm real big on my hometown. What I'm trying to do is show people that it's better to give folks their flowers before we come to that sad day. We
Yeah.
want to give them their flowers while they can still smell them, while they can see everybody and feel the love and stuff like that. So what we're asking everybody to do is just to put some time aside, set the date, mark your calendars, June 8th. We got tickets on Eventbrite. We got paperback tickets with my mom, Edna Phillips. She lives in Hampton on Sumner Street. Plenty of people know her, familiar with her. If you need the paperback tickets, just get with her or myself. If you want to reserve tables or something like that, you can get on Eventbrite or you could direct message me or my mother. Again, that's Edna Phillips. I'm Reggie Phillips on Facebook. Um, I'm trying to see if I'm forgetting anything. Yeah, on Eventbrite, if you have any questions, I tried to make it as simple as I could, but I know some people still want to know the ins and outs, maybe the small specific details. So if you have questions or something like that, please contact me. Also, we're looking for volunteers. If you want to be a part of this, but you don't quite feel like going to get the suit and the gown and dressing up, and you just want to be a part of something, just reach out to me. We can find you something to do. It's greatly appreciated. Um, this is just something that I want to do for the younger generation because as important as our past is,
Mm-hmm.
it's almost just as important to make sure our future is just as secure and appreciated. So, with that being said, I'm looking for some young people that maybe teenagers, young adults, anybody like my young men that want to come in and help set up tables and uh, watch the door and make sure we can keep this thing because we are going to need help. It's going to take everybody to kind of me and my mom, we got most of the stuff like the decorator and everything in position, cameras, stuff like that. So the night will be documented well. We have video. photography, the red carpet. So you'll have something to really look back on and say, man, that was a great time to be alive and be a part of that. And if this goes as well as I think it is, which I'm hoping, praying that we named it first annual because we're going to try to do this every single year. And this is also the promotion and I guess you could say it's building the anticipation for the homecoming on Labor Day weekend. So
Okay.
this is like the pre-promotion
Yeah.
of the Labor Day weekend, which when we get in there and everybody there, everybody fellowship and seeing each other that we ain't seen in years
Oh
and
yeah.
things like that, we'll be able to put the word out a lot more broadly.
Yeah. Yeah. I like dear Reggie, I like that concept that you were talking about the homecoming, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I commend you on the job trying to get this done. Um, as a person that's sponsored the homecoming and donated to it. Matter of fact, my co-hosts have donated to the homecoming as well, and I've asked her
Appreciate
to come there to the homecoming because she's never really had been a part of it, but she's looking forward to coming to it. And
good deal.
so yeah, and so uh, we as a unit, this is one of the things that I always wanted to do with my podcast is to showcase things in the community. And Hampton was the first one to do this event with and donating to uh, Hampton and actually bringing back this a podcast about the homecoming is the first one out there in the United States. I redid the
Yeah,
research. I did the research on it. There's nobody talking about homecomings and family reunions.
right.
And so this is the first podcast that's actually grasping that and talking about homecomings and family reunion and bringing that in, recognition back to those small communities. Nine
Right.
five 954 Miles of Conversation is doing that for the community,
Yes,
and we
sir.
and we're doing it at no cost. That's no cost. That's a service that we choose to do for the
Thank
community.
you.
So I commend you on that. And how much is the tickets?
The tickets are $30. That
Okay.
includes your entry fee. That includes your meal. Um, what the way we setting this up is we want everybody to be accounted for. So when you get in there, there's no confusion, there's no problems. If you RSVP a table, that's usually for someone that's coming with a group. So you don't have to RSVP a table at all. You can pay your $30 if it's you and your date. So you'll pay $30 for yourself, $30 for her. You'll come in, you'll sit anywhere you like, long as the table is not reserved. Now,
Okay.
if it's like 4 or 5, maybe 8 people with you, it's better to reserve the table. So
Hmm.
when you come in, and let's just say I use myself. If I'm coming in with the Phillips family and I
Okay.
got a family of 8, I'm
Right.
gonna reserve my table. So when I get in there, I see Phillips and I know that's us. I see
Okay.
my 8 chairs. We sit down, we conversate, and when we get in there, the way I got it lined up is I want everybody to be around there right around 6:30 or maybe 6 o'clock, so we can get the red carpets, get everybody walking in and they best dressed.
Right.
It's
Right.
all black. We know we in Hampton, so I'm willing to let a couple cowboys. I'm willing to let a couple cowboy hats and boots walk through. No problem.
That was my
We won't have.
question for you. That's
Yeah.
what was my question for you, Reggie. The theme, a lot of people, when they're getting ready or getting prepared for any type of events like this, they usually go by theme, and you mentioned black. So, can you talk about the theme and dress code? And you did
Yes.
touch on it a little bit.
For all my hometown natives out there, we pretty much know that our high school colors was somewhere around black. At the old McCray High School, I believe it was black and white. Was it black and white?
Yeah. I think so.
I'm
Yeah.
not old enough to know some of this stuff,
Yeah.
but
I'm
I
still
do.
learning myself.
I
I'm
do
still
my
learning.
research. I do
Okay.
my research. So, at one point, they took us out of the old McCray High School and put us in Hampton High, and you had black and gold.
Yeah.
So what we're doing now is we're having an all black affair, best dressed, but the
Okay.
theme is honoring our own.
Oh.
So we are here to honor our own. It's pretty amazing when you think about the small population of a town that we come from. We're talking about a population of 1,500. and you have to divide that in half because half of them white.
Right.
So you're really looking at about 750 people.
Yeah.
And then you slice that in half because half of them adults and half of them
Yeah.
young kids.
Yeah.
So when you look at it like that, to see a lot of the potential and the accomplishments that's come out of that little small town, you got doctors, you have professors. Myself, I got my own band. We in Oklahoma City, Dallas, Shreveport. You got dancers. Ty Beelan, he been on. I think he can. So you think he can dance, which comes on Fox or something like
Yeah.
that. You have singers. Amber Price, Mandy Woods. Amber is lead singing at St. Mark, and that's a big church in Little Rock. But it's just that small town heart coming to do things that we need to bring that spotlight back and shine it on certain people. Because if the young people can look up and see a Reggie on stage, or they can look up and see Allen as a doctor. Allen Thomas was the first black male valedictorian.
Yeah.
Tiffany Lee and Courtney McRae was the first black female that graduated valedictorian and salutatory.
Yeah.
So it's certain stuff like that we want to shine light on just to show the younger people that it is possible, and if you work hard and you stay dedicated, no distraction, keep God first, one day you may be up on this stage and they may be honoring you. So that's something to keep in mind just to keep them thinking, well, it's more to life than just influence. It's more to life than drugs. It's more to life than, you know, we really need to start reaching out to our youth and making an impact so they can't look at us and say, well, when I was coming up, I never seen you do this or never seen you come back to the, neighborhood or put anything inside the community. And it's a lot of things that we try to do like this. For instance, with the homecoming at Labor Day,
Yeah.
like if anything that I could do or someone can do, it's just beautiful to see everybody pulling together to say, let's do this for us, and with the tickets being $30, I'm trying to do something that my town isn't used to, without trying to be any type of ugly about it, but we're
Right.
not used to the classiness, the elegance, the like award ceremony. We have a lot of banquets and we go to church all the time, and that's fine. And we believe in God first. But I think it's very important to get us in a place to where we can recognize, like I know y'all gonna ask me this, but Bishop Chester L. Thompson,
Mm-hmm.
Miss Christine Disney, Miss Corrine Cross, and Miss Lillian Randall, those four people right there, and it's a few more that I could name, but see, they are gone on. They
Yeah.
passed away, and as much as we will still shine light on them, but it breaks my heart that we wasn't able to do this before they made their transition.
Yeah.
So you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is very important to me, and not only to me, but it's very important that I get everybody to get involved. You know what I'm saying? Because when I go back to my town a lot, and all I hear is, man, there ain't nothing to do. Nobody does anything. It's a ghost town. They forgot about us. And I
Yeah.
want them to know that we haven't forgot. It just takes us to start putting some of these thoughts into action. Once we put it into action, we can. It's impossible. I mean, the limits of what we could do together. Homecoming, first annual all black gala, stuff like this will start bringing business back to the community and start putting money back in the budget. You start eating at the restaurants and the hometown grocery stores and stuff like that can help build the economy.
Reggie, you done said a mouthful on probably half the questions that we would
No,
go
I have,
ask.
I have, I have some. So,
But I'm
so
gonna pick it back
do
off of
you
what
have
he.
one or do I have? Because I have
Yeah,
one.
that's good.
That
But I
and
have
it's
I'm gonna pick it back off of what he said.
okay.
I like what you have said. I am a product of Hampton, Arkansas. I have never forgotten where I come from. I've
Right,
always went back and always gave back to that community. So many years, you'd be surprised at the things that I've done. But my parents are deceased now, and it's difficult for me to even come there sometime because
right,
I cherish those memories that you just discussed, I cherish those memories of the homecoming, my parents, and everybody in that town that helped raise me.
Right.
I went off to be a Little Rock police officer, became very successful with that. Left there and went to the FBI, done that. Now I'm retired, and God has put this on my heart to come back to that community to do some work. And that's something that's coming on in the future for me, and I plan on coming back home. And I want to come back home not in a box, but come back home
Right.
to bring something there that can benefit that community as a whole. That's my goal.
Yes, sir.
So I appreciate what you're saying and what you're doing. You're right. This needs to be done. And I'm glad I'm able to do this on this podcast to showcase small town communities and what we can do for them. And we all got to go. We live our life goes where we need to go. And then we got to come back home.
We do. We do.
You
That's
have
very
to come
important.
back home. Because if you don't come back home, you lose the whole community.
Right.
So we got to
And
come back home. Yeah.
and can I say this real quick?
Go
Because
ahead.
you never really know who is looking up to you.
That's true.
You know, even when you were young, it might have been a 6-year-old, 7-year-old saying, "Man, I want to do what he doing."
Yeah.
You know, and it's very important to come back and show them I did that. What
Yeah.
I tried to do, I did it. You know, for the longest, everybody around Hampton, they knew me as a kid that would mock people and make you laugh, or I say something off a movie, or you know, one time I remember Bishop Chester L. Thompson. I was about I had to be about 5 years old because I had these shoes that had lights on the bottom of them, and when I stepped, they light up. And he 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 called me up to the front. He was preaching. He was preaching a sermon. I'm so young, I don't know what he was talking about. But he told me to get up on the table. He put me up on the table, and I was walking back and forth, and he was making some type of sermon about walking with Jesus, you know. And he was looking at my shoe, but I got up there and I thought it was my time to shine, you know. So ever since then, I've had a knack for knowing how to entertain a crowd or how to keep a crowd engaged. And look at me now. It's actually making me hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm on the road.
Yeah.
Of course, I have my own band with the Lock Band, but I also do my solo artist stuff. And I also host shows and throw events like
Yeah.
the Gala and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So when my mom came to me and she said, "Baby, I want to do something like a fundraiser, but I want you to be involved with it, and I want you to be able to do something as far as like, I don't know what you could do, but do it for me, baby." And I scratched my head for a while and thought about it, and then I said, "Well, what could I do that what event could I throw to where I could bring out the younger generation, the older generation, whether that be the, you know, people out the church come." I wanted to bring everybody together. You know, this is something that I haven't seen since I was a kid. You know, when I was a kid and we went to church, you could see the motherboard over there to the left. You can see all the deacons and stuff sitting over there on the right side. You know, you can look out into the crowd. You can see maybe 20 kids in the pews. You know, it was so good to where one Sunday the kids are saying, the next Sunday the adults are saying, and then,
Yeah.
you know, we would have this thing where we'll go get all of the churches in the community and
Yeah.
we'll put all us together and we'll sing together.
Yeah.
Well, I'm starting to see too, you know, with Hampton being so small, and this is not me throwing any type of shade or anything
Right.
like that. I want to see more unity, because for us to be in a town that small, 1,500 people cut in half, that's 750.
Wow.
We have maybe 5 to 6 churches. You see what I mean?
You saying something,
So
Reggie? You saying something?
I'm I want to keep it on unity here, but I'm
Okay.
just saying it makes no sense for us not to come together. When you got a church on this street, you go a half block, it's another church. You go a
Yeah.
half a block, it's another church, and everybody go to their church without reaching over to the next to say, "Well, hey, what can we do to get together?" And that's why right now I'm still looking at Bishop Chester L. Thompson. He's a pioneer because he started the agape. He started, you know, I can remember when he came to Hampton and started the Brotherhood of Men, where he had all these young teenagers, and we still connect to this day. I can still see Jeremy Haney up here in Little Rock cutting hair, and I'm like, hey, what's up, man? Hey,
Yeah.
you remember Deacon Dish Room making us do all them push-ups and stuff?
Yeah.
But look at us now. We've never been to the penitentiary. We've never been caught with no drugs. We ain't never been in no sticky situation with no, no court case or nothing
Yeah.
like that. So when you look out here, even when we may not be doctors and lawyers, but we still doing something. We
You
still,
productive. You productive.
yeah, and it's all because you had men to come back and take us to a swimming pool, and Hampton ain't got nowhere to swim.
Yeah.
Or they took us to skating and
Yeah.
bowling when we didn't have no bowling alley or nothing like that. So it was people like Bishop that would come down, get with us, gather us up, throw us in a bus, and take us somewhere. And you know what? He would whoop our behinds if we got out. You know what I'm saying? Because that's something that I feel like instilled in me to the point where I'll never forget it. So, this is something that it means so much to me that, and I wanted to go so perfect that, I mean, whatever we get, we're looking at 175 people right now at the cutoff. But if 200 want to come, I'll make room for it.
Okay.
Reggie, I have a question for you. So
Okay, shoot for me.
you talked about the event a little bit, and you talked about some things that you do and how you're ready for the town to be unified and unification. So with that said, what can people look forward to coming to the event? Like, is there? I know you mentioned dinner. Is there a live band? What else can people look forward to when coming to this event?
I'm glad you asked because it's actually going to be it's gonna be a time. I'll put it like that. We are going to have the first ever gala, all black gala in Hampton, Arkansas. When you get there, we'll have a red carpet laid out. You'll walk the red carpet. I have somebody there taking pictures of you. You'll feel like you're in Hollywood. We are gonna bring Hollywood walk. We bringing Hollywood to small town Hampton.
Oh
So
well.
when you get out your car, I'm still working on it. But when you get out your car and you get ready to walk into the building, make sure you got everything together in the truck, in the car. Because when you get to that door and you walk in that red carpet, you're gonna feel like paparazzi outside. And when you get inside, we're gonna have a backdrop to where you can stop and they are going to take your picture with your family or your date or whoever you bring, and we'll print it out right there and give it to you. So you'll have something to remember forever. You can frame it if it's you and your moms, or if it's you and your grandmother, or you and your aunties, or maybe it's the whole family. Y'all get together, snap it up in front of that backdrop, then y'all go eat. Now we're gonna eat on the menu. We got fish, coleslaw, fries, hush puppies. We got pound cake for dessert. We got lemonade and sweet tea for the beverages.
Hey, that's
And
a country meal.
if y'all heard me right, that's a Hampton, Arkansas thing right there. That's Somebody said they gonna have fried fish at a gala. I said that's Hampton for you. They, they don't want they don't want the salmon. They don't want the little finger food and shish kebabs. We want fried fish,
Fish.
the coleslaw, got to have the lemonade and sweet tea, you know. But then at the same time, we're gonna give y'all a good hour to eat and fellowship and see people that you haven't saw in years and talk, hug, and then right around 8 o'clock, I'm bringing my band, the Lock Band. A lot of people have heard of us. A lot of people follow us. They know how we do. We not going. We not going. We I've instructed my group to keep it PG. Uh, we we gonna go back in the day.
Okay.
We going back. We going back to a little Al Green. Let's stay together. We
Yeah.
might have a little Gap band come out. We might have a little celebration.
Yeah.
Come on, we might do all that. But
Okay.
then we're gonna take a break. We'll do about 30 minutes set. We'll take a break. I have my mom come up. This is where we're gonna start uh handing out the awards to our honorees,
Okay.
and we'll give some background history about them. You will learn who they are, what they mean to the community.
Okay.
And then shortly after that, we'll have another 30-minute set to where the lock band will come back up and give y'all another little number. And then at the end of that one, is when I'll come up and I'll make my presentation because I got some people that I want to shine light on. And I know it's not, it's not just my people either. It's not just my grandmother, just my, not like that. It's just people around the community. Like if you from Hampton, then you know that when I say these names, what they mean to the community ain't much. You see what I
Mm,
mean? Deacon Bush, um, Willie Jean McRae,
mm,
Billy Joe Randall.
mm.
So it's people like that that I want to also shine light on. They're not here with us anymore, and I know we still want to keep that memory alive. So I plan on doing something for those families and the people that's there that we gonna give a special tribute to those people. And I got a real good singer in mind. We got some singers coming back to town. Like I said, I'm
Oh
reaching out to
wow.
Amber and Mandy so we can come in there and sing some of those tribute. I really wanted my guy Gabe, he lead singer, and we're gonna try to have him do the well, it'll be the lock band, but we're gonna have him do a tribute song like a change is gonna come,
Oh
Sam
man.
Cooke, stuff
Okay.
like that. Just so at the end it'll feel like we need to do this again,
Right. Right.
And I have a couple more singers like my cousin Amber and all them. They may do something like an old Negro spiritual or something, just something to the point where we can get that feeling of we made it, but we still got a ways to go.
Okay.
You see what I mean?
Reggie, man, I love what you have presented today for the first time we ever put something like this together. This is actually a promotional podcast for you, the event,
Thank you.
but I'm benefiting from it. My co-host is benefiting from it. So I'm glad that we were able to do this morning on this day and take care of this, even though we had some technical difficulty starting out. Those
Hey, it's
things
morning.
go.
It's morning.
Hey, it's morning. It happens, and so that's why I like I do a pre-recording. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but how much would a table cost? How much would a table cost?
For a table of four, we doing 50. For a table of 8 to 10, we doing 100. So
So
that's
$50 for a table.
yes for the 4 to 5, or maybe 4 to 6. I should have said, and 8 to 10 for a bigger table.
Okay,
Give
And
him
that's
so
give him
on.
a little time to think about that one. So I
yeah,
mean, you might want to come back. He might want to think about that one, and then maybe you can tell us if you can. You want to talk about the honoraries, or just kind of maybe you don't want to tell us, and you can't. You can keep that on the hush, but let him take some time to think about that table because I know he doesn't want to release that. That might not be what he wants to say, but maybe you want to tell us about the honoraries if you can. If you're not, if you're gonna keep that a
Yeah,
secret and let everybody know, we can
yeah,
do that too.
yeah.
But
yeah.
and I'll add up your tables for you while you answer that question.
Yeah, cause
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
and I'll do
We
that for you real quick.
we got Miss Christine Disney, which anybody around the community pretty much knows what she means to the community. Uh, Her husband, Mr. Edderhue, uh, one of the guys that influenced me as far as music is concerned and picking up a guitar. Um, Miss Corrine Cross, which is the
okay,
oldest in the community right now. I believe she's 90. I'm not sure. I can't pinpoint it, but I know
yeah,
she's the oldest in the community right now.
okay,
Miss Lily Randall, um, pioneer, school teacher, educator, singer. Uh, all of these are women of God. You know, very nurturing. Pretty much, that old saying, "It takes a village to raise a
yeah,
child."
right,
This is the village that they speak of.
okay,
And of
okay,
course, you got the last but not least, Bishop Chester L. Thompson, who won't be present because he does have an agape
right,
fellowship that same night, but
yeah,
he will have people in the building to accept on his behalf in honor of him.
okay,
So we don't know if that's one of his children or maybe his wife or something like that, but he will be honored that night.
okay.
Yeah, and
I'm not gonna be able to attend because I'm actually coming home to Arkansas on this week, actually
right,
today. But I have to
really,
attend. Yeah, I have to attend a funeral.
Yeah, sure.
headed down.
I'll see you tomorrow then.
Yeah, I had to attend at the
Yep.
funeral, so you know what we're talking about. And so I need to say a shout out to my family because it's part of my family and some other people that keep us in y'all prayers on that and to deal with this process. But I want to give a donation to it, so I'm gonna commit $150.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna commit $150, and I'll make sure that when we see one another, then I give it to your mom or whatever, and just buy some tickets for someone. If you buy some tickets, to let them have it,
Thank
and
you so much.
I'll give you $150 on that. So I'll
That's
take
that's
that up.
that's so such a blessing, man. I appreciate it so much.
Yeah, so
And,
I will
and,
give
and to the
give it back.
public, if anybody else out there that feels like they really want to be a part of this and they just can't make it, but they love the way it's going down and love to be, it's okay to just give a donation. And
Yeah,
we not, and I thank you so much for your contribution.
yeah,
You didn't have to do it, but you did it.
yeah,
But I'm telling everybody out there, we're not asking for you to break the bank.
yeah.
Anything helps because
Right,
what we're trying to do on Labor Day weekend,
right.
it's so important that a $10 donation, a
Yeah,
$5 donation, a $1 donation. We are not turning down any donations.
yeah,
All the proceeds are going towards something greater, something that we want to do on and on and on.
yeah,
So I don't feel like there's no limit of there's no limitations on the donation that we could receive to put forth towards something that we're gonna do year after year after year after year and keep it going. And hopefully, even when I'm dead and gone on to
yeah,
glory, somebody can step in and say, "Well, we can't let this thing
yeah.
just die off like that." So
And
I'll
I
step
agree with
forward.
that. I agree with that,
Yeah.
and I think you said a point because I'm a part of the homecoming. I'm on the committee, and
Yes,
I'm
sir.
actually over the finances. So I have tremendously put some finances into it. My family has. There's a lot of people who have left Hampton, went on to do great things, and I'm gonna tell
Hmm.
you, they are giving back to this community, and I will be able to show that uh, Labor Day weekend what they gave, and people are gonna say, "Wow, they really gave to help this and what it's gonna benefit from the whole community at that particular time." So I'm looking forward to that. I thank you for coming on. Thank you for taking the time out to advertise this event, and I'm grateful that 954 Miles of Conversation podcast was able to put this community event out there as a free
Yep.
resource that you can be able to advertise um, this event on your social media, put it out there. And my co-host Christie McDonald, that's in Omaha, Nebraska, took her time out to be on here early this morning to get that done. With that being said, Christy, do you have any last things you want to say?
No, I thank you for being here, Reggie, and for all those
Thank y'all for
businesses
having
or
me.
Yeah.
those who want to show support. Seems like a ticket, a table of 10 would be 300, and a table of 8 would be $240. So I
No,
am
no, no,
looking
no, no, no.
for.
I said I worded that wrong. I
Okay.
worded
Okay,
that wrong.
Okay.
that's
It's
okay.
not. It's not 25 ahead at the table. The table itself. So in other words, you would just pay $50 to sit your 8 people.
Mm,
You get what I mean?
Okay. All right.
okay.
Well, there you have it. So any businesses who want to support that or
Yes,
will
ma'am.
now make a donation
Yeah.
to support, I no, that's great. Wish I could
That's
be
great.
there. It sounds like a great event.
Yeah.
Love
I
Yeah.
wish
fishing
you
in the
could come
South.
too,
So
Miss
Yeah.
Christie. I
hope you
swear I
guys are
wish
gonna have
I
a good.
promise.
Sounds like you
If
guys are gonna have
we
a
would show
wonderful
you,
time.
we would show you a small town good time.
Well, I'm from a small town in Arkansas, so I know
Oh,
all
okay,
about
okay.
the
Yeah.
small
Yeah.
town
We
events.
got Arkansas ties on here,
Yes,
Reggie. We got
Arkansas
Arkansas ties.
Hey,
ties. So,
y'all will be surprised how far these ties stretch out.
oh,
Yeah.
tell me again. I might be there. Tell me again. What date is the event on?
June 8th. That's a
Well, I
Saturday
will
night.
actually be in town, so
Okay, hey,
Okay.
I
let's
might just
go.
make
Look
it
at
there.
All you need is something black to throw on and come on out.
this. Okay, so Christy, I've
Yes.
already volunteered to do $150. could you represent 954 Miles of Conversation and
Absolutely.
be there for
I can
this
do that.
event that
I can
covers
do that.
me, that covers you,
Yep. Yep.
and we can make that spot, help other people that need to come to it.
Yes.
That would be enlightened that we have a representative there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to attend it, but we will have a representative there to attend it and actually be there at this event. That'd be great.
I
That'd be
can
great.
do
And
that.
you
I
know
can
what
do
else
that
I'm
because
thinking
I will
about?
be in town. So
I,
I will make that happen.
Yeah.
it's one more thing that I'm thinking about.
Okay.
When we have stuff like this, it's very important that we take advantage of the opportunity. So
Yeah.
what I want y'all to do is, and it's a small task that I'm asking y'all to do, but I
Okay.
do need y'all to get either a poster or some sort of flyer or maybe even a banner that I can hang up somewhere in there and we can promote the podcast in
Mm.
there. And that
Okay.
way, if anybody come and see that on the wall, it's almost like a sponsorship. And with you donating the amount of money you donating, I'm considering that a sponsorship.
Okay.
So what I want everybody to do is I want them to I want y'all to get a flyer, get y'all a poster, and at least give me like maybe 4 or 5 so I can put them on different sides. And when I
Okay.
do stand up there and I say, hey y'all, if you're looking for a good podcast or you want to know more information about homecoming or something like that, and you're looking for a good podcast to tune into, boom, I can point them out and say, type that in or scan that
Yeah.
QR code, pull it up, follow them, tap in, and hey, we can possibly get some more viewership.
Yeah. Okay. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. So you to put 954 Miles Conversation podcast as a sponsor there. So we're gonna give you a
Yes,
hundred. We're gonna give you $150. We're gonna do
yes, sir. Thank you so much.
that.
We gonna make sure we get the word out, doc.
Yeah, yeah. All right. If there's nothing else been said, I want to say thank you again, Reggie, for being here, taking out the time.
Thank y'all
Chrissy,
for having me.
yeah, Chrissy, thank you for coming in on such short notice to do this podcast this morning to promote this event. As usual, 954 Miles of Conversation is doing great, great work in the community. Even though we're in different states, we cover in all 50 states.
Yes,
And
sir.
we don't mind supporting events and community projects. We want to be able to showcase that. This is the first one we've done. Second one we've done. Let's say second one we've done because we did the homecoming and now this event that's for the homecoming. So I'm grateful that God has put this on my heart to do this, and so I'm looking forward. And I'm gonna have a representative there now that's gonna be there to represent 954 Miles of Conversation. So
I
yes,
see
yeah.
you there.
I will be there
Hey,
Okay.
in black.
and thank y'all
Okay.
for having me too. Y'all didn't have to do this, but I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And thank y'all so much. I appreciate everything y'all doing. One more message to the people out there. If y'all can hear my voice, I need y'all to make y'all way. If you're living in Hampton, make your way to N.A. Phillips. Grab a ticket.
Yeah.
If you want to come, I'm gonna make sure you're in the building.
Yeah.
All we asking for is a small donation. You
That's
you
it.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We will make it work. But I
Okay.
do need people in attendance, and I do need people to be a part of this, so this thing can grow into something bigger.
Yes.
Other than
Yeah.
that, I appreciate y'all for having me. As much love to you. Nice meeting you, Christy.
Yeah.
Uh, hey, Will, we gotta link up tomorrow, man. If you're
Almost
gonna be
definitely.
down here,
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
mean.
catch. I'm gonna catch. I'm gonna catch. And hey, and if I call you, and you can't hear me, I'm gonna just tell you, put your ears in. That's an insider right there. They don't know what we talking about. That's the insider.
Well, hey, it's always comical on our podcast. So we
Yes,
always have
sir.
a good time. That's what it's
Yes,
all
sir.
about. Again, this is 954 Miles of Conversation podcast, exploring boundless conversations 1 mile at a time. We will
One
see you
mic.
again next time.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Love, love.
Look.